Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa and you are watching the Exploring Oracle, or the Exploracle for short. So today we will be taking a look at this deck called the Pastoral Tarot. I'm going to say it that way. The Pastoral Tarot. This is by Lynn Araujo and illustrated by Lisa Hunt. So this is what the box looks like. This is a relatively new release. I got this, it's a mass market deck, and I got this from Amazon. So the Pastoral Tarot explores how a sense of place reveals who we are and where we belong. Honoring the rich pastoral traditions that celebrates the sweeping majesty of the countryside, Pastoral Tarot transports us to bucolic places where we can appreciate the beauty and bounty of nature as we stroll through apple orchards, lavender farms, golden pastures, prairies, woodlands, and meadows. Nostalgic scenes of rural life are represented in exquisite historic detail while closely following the traditional structure of the Smith-Waite Tarot. Horizontal artwork draws us into immersive landscapes for deep personal reflection into tarot meanings that are readily accessible to readers of all levels. So it is a 78 card deck. It has a pouch and a 180-page illustrated book, and it is published by US Games. So yes, so it has this beautiful lavender color all throughout, and it is like in a drawer type style box. Okay, so inside the box you also have this beautiful detail. You have this pouch, and then the guidebook. Okay, we'll take a look at the guidebook. I just wanted to show you what the box looks like first. And these are the cards. And it says here, Homespun Wisdom and Farm to Table Insights, which is very clever. I like that. Let's just put all of these things to the side for a bit. And let's take a look. At the guidebook. So this is the Pastoral Tarot. You have some acknowledgements, an introduction. So there isn't any table of contents. And then you go into the meanings of the cards. So the major arcana. You have a black and white image of the card on the left side, and then a full page meaning on the right side. So it describes the scene, which I like. I like to see that in guidebooks, and also tells you the meaning when it comes in a reading. So for the minors, it's the same way. And then, okay, let's see if we have any spreads. Okay, so we have some spreads. Home is where the heart is spread. And you have the stepping stone spread. A meditation guide. And then information about creating the art for the Pastoral Tarot. So you have here information about the artist and information about the author. Okay. So let's put that to the side and let's take a look at the cards. Alright, so these are the backs. They are reversible and yeah, even this way. So as mentioned on the box, it is landscape. And later on, I'll tell you my thoughts about this landscape art. The cardstock it's not really glossy, but it does reflect the light a bit. It is bigger than standard tarot size. This is how it compares to a standard tarot. So, well, it's wider and taller, but it's not as big as an oracle card. And yeah, of course, the main thing about it is printed in landscape. So let's zoom in and we'll take a look at all of the cards. Alright, so I'm going in really close for this video because there's a lot to see in the cards because of because of the art. And so first off, it's landscape. You do have a small border or a small sign at the top to show you the which card you're looking at. And I got this deck because I was intrigued by the idea of a landscape deck. That, and I also don't own any Lisa Hunt decks yet. And I was very much drawn to the art when I saw the previews. Now, the funny thing is, so I pre-ordered this and I got it. When I got it, I couldn't wait and I started using the deck, and I was kind of frustrated. Or because I wasn't, maybe I wasn't used to landscape cards, and they are a bit bigger, and I do have smallish hands, and it was a bit difficult for me to handle. Now, no question about it, the art is stunning. Now look at it. But when I was using it, I was having difficulty shuffling. I was really not able, when I first used it, when I really wasn't able to wrap my head around the landscape orientation. That the first time I used it, I felt like it would be a deck that would be leaving my collection, so I'd be rehoming the deck. And I know it's funny because the reason why I wanted to rehome it right away was also the reason why I thought to buy it. So I told myself, I haven't gone through this usual process of doing the flip through and recording myself, recording my thoughts on the deck. So I said, okay, I'll give it another chance and I'll see how I feel about it after this flip through. But of course, I still kept using it. And since I kept using it, it just, I don't know if I got used to it or to the orientation, or it was because of the art and because it's landscape that it really, had this ability to pull you into the card because you see much more of the landscape. I mean, like, look at this moon card. That after a couple of more uses, I knew that I was hooked, and I really started to bond with this deck. It's also probably because the guidebook is also really well written, which is why it helped me bond a bit more, because it explained what I was seeing and how I was supposed to interpret the cards. And I knew that this deck would be a keeper. So I know the first impression was the wrong one. I shouldn't be so hasty to decide or to give up on a deck just because the initial feeling that I got was it's a bit difficult to handle. But yeah, so that's my little story time about this deck. But I mean, it's really, really beautiful. And it shows a lot of landscape of the countryside, the pastures, and all of those things, the forests, which also translates to a lot of greens on the cards. And I think that's one of the things that kind of threw me off as well, because it felt like there's too much green. And the reason for that is also maybe because I am a city girl. And I don't know, maybe I'm not as connected to nature as I should be, or as I want to be, which is why I'm usually drawn to nature-based decks. But I mean, just this one card, and you can look at it, stare at it, spend time with it, and you can feel the energy of the cards, or you can feel grounded by looking at these cards. And that, I think, is really helpful for me. helpful, or I don't know what's the correct term, but yeah, it's helping me connect with that part of me, or with that side of me, which possibly my current lifestyle is not giving me a lot of opportunities to do, connecting to nature in this particular way. And there's the art in this deck is something special. This is my first Lisa Hunt deck. No, actually, I think I did own the Fantastical Creatures Tarot, which I believe is also hers, but I didn't connect with that. And I think that was one of the first 3 decks that I got in my collection. And I think it was largely because of the guidebook, or the little white book, because it felt a little too direct to the style of reading that I preferred, and the type of reading that I resonate with. But this one, this guidebook, and this art is just really beautiful. And I think this would definitely be my Lisa Hunt deck. Yeah, if you want to take a closer look at the art, feel free to slow down or pause the video. And I like that I like that all of the images are in theme with the, well, with the pastoral theme, you know, with the 7 of Swords being chickens escaping. And lastly, the Suit of Pentacles. The 10. Queen. And then the King. Alright, so as I usually do, I zoomed out so that you can see how this deck shuffles. And it being a bigger size deck, I do have a little bit of trouble riffle shuffling this deck, because it's a little bit bigger than what I'm used to, but it's doable. So yeah, I can also riffle it. I can also bridge it. And do that one more time. Okay. And then and then you can also overhand it. The cardstock is it has, I don't know if there's a little bit of coating which makes it a little slippery, which is great when you are doing an overhand shuffle. So a couple of cards flew out, but we'll probably read for this one because that's more like a jumper than the other ones that I just dropped because of a wrong shuffle. So I'll pick up the cards and then we'll zoom in and see how the guidebook reads. Okay, so we will be reading for the 10 of Cups. A loving family is enjoying a wonderful day picking apples together. The sun is shining, the air is crisp, and the sweet ripe fruit grows in abundance. The parents and the children are taking as much delight in each other's company as they are in the activity. Whatever tensions may have been felt yesterday have dissipated and been forgotten. The rain has passed, and the rainbow brightens the sky with joyful blessings. Here in the orchard, there is a happy ending. There is a happy energy that brings a sense of harmony and contentment. In a reading, the Ten of Cups is a card of abundant blessings and emotional fulfillment. It reminds you to take pleasure in the small things. Treasure the moments shared with loved ones. If you are seeking joy, you don't have to look far. The people closest to you, those who hold you dear in their hearts, are the source of your bliss. The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. When you are struggling in life, those bonds of family love provide comfort. When there is harmony and happiness in the home, you'll see your cup overflow. So that is how the guidebook reads, and that has been the Pastoral Tarot. And I really I really love this deck. Definitely there's a little bit of an adjustment that you have to do because of the way the cards are laid out, but once you get used to it, it's really special. I mean, would I want more decks to be in landscape? Probably not. Maybe that's why this deck is a very special one in my collection, because I don't have many like it, but it's kind of I guess a breath of fresh air that you would have a deck that is illustrated in this particular style, and yeah, so I mean, just laying it out, it's like you're looking at photographs, and I don't know, it's pretty special. The art is really special. I mean, I keep saying special because I can't think of any other words right now. Words are escaping me. It's one of a kind. Definitely something that I now want to keep. Definitely has a safe place in my collection, and a deck that I want to keep working with and enjoying. Yeah, so if you're interested in this deck, if you find the concept cool or special like I do, it is available mass market. I got my copy from Amazon, so yeah, if that is an option for you and if you're interested, do check this deck out because I love it. Anyway, if you find this video helpful, please don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe to my channel. I post videos like this at least once a week. I'll see you again next time. Bye!